Crusaders, I have two special guests with me today. I have Mrs. Lisa Murdock, who's been here for 10 years, and I have Miss Stephanie Parvin, who's been here for 17 years, the longest-serving assistant at Sacred Heart. I want you to give a big round of applause from your living room for these two women.
Yay!
How's it going? How are you guys doing today? It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's wonderful. We got the sun out today. There are no tornadoes. It's not raining, so we're loving it. Beautiful.
Nice cool weather outside today. Love it.
Oh, I like. Yeah, the weather has been nice recently. Other than the occasional tornado, it's been very extreme. Either really not great or really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys teach pre-K. Tell me how you're keeping busy. How you're keeping in touch with your students during this pandemic?
Oh, well, for pre-K, it's been very easy. My parents, they have the lesson plans. They know what we're doing. My phone starts about 8:30 or 9 o'clock blowing up. They all send me pictures, what they're doing, what they're working on. They send me when they're out in the yard doing PE pictures. They send me when they're doing artwork, and it may be drawing a big butterfly that they could lay in the middle of for Earth Day. But my phone, from about 9 o'clock till sometimes 5, sometimes later, they send me pictures all day long. I send those to Miss Stephanie. So we are doing that. And then the parents are often calling saying, I know this is the worksheet that we're doing, because pre-K doesn't normally do worksheets. But and I'm not sure what it is. So then I go find it. We FaceTime the kids a lot. We're in touch with them a lot every day.
Yeah.
Stephanie's on them.
Put stuff on Facebook. Right. I do the Facebook pictures and I post them on there for any and everybody to see.
And we also we Zoomed with our class yesterday, and that was great. It was like a free-for-all, but it was fun. So we're going to start doing that more now.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's really cool that you can keep in touch. And I know, you're teaching pre-K. I know it's very important to still be visible with your students. And I know you love those students, don't you?
Oh, they do. They're our babies. I mean, when they came to pre-K, a lot of them could not write, could not hold a pair of scissors. They didn't know how to sit and listen. So they're about ready for kindergarten. Even though we're not there for this last little bit, they're ready for kindergarten. They know exactly what they're doing.
Well, that's great. You have
at the beginning of the year is real special, trying to get them into a routine as well. But like Miss Lisa said, by this time they are ready for kindergarten.
Yeah, well, and you're like the gatekeepers. That's the first time, this year's the first time those students are in school 8 to 3, right?
Most of them. A few of them have been to other places, but yeah, most of them, we're the first time they're there all day. Lunch, nap time, working, and they loved all the different activities, because at a daycare or like smaller pre-Ks, they're not going to have music, library, PE, art, Spanish, religion, all those different things. So that's what makes it very special. They get to have kind of, just like they're a big kid, they get to have everything.
Well, and you're preparing them to be a big kid. That's a big responsibility, and man, I tell you what, it's really great to see two teachers who are so enthusiastic about getting to kickstart a person's scholastic career. So that and I tell you what, it's really great to see you guys, because when I go over to the elementary to bring my elementary drum students back to the high school, you guys are always there with a smile, always say, how you doing? I miss Stephanie saying, hey, Drew Wooten, what you doing, Drew Wooten?
And we miss your little Elmo voices.
Elmo. Yeah, your students love the Elmo voice. My high school students are a little unsettled by it, but your students love that.
They do.
They're a good audience.
Yeah.
So we're talking about staying in touch. You guys went and visited, now from a safe distance. This was before the stay-at-home order. You went and visited your students, correct?
We did. On Wednesday, when we were hearing they were going to shut everything down, we decided we better go while we could. So we met at school the next day on Thursday. We spent all day. We got the packets made that were going to last for about 4 or 5 weeks, and got them all together, told Miss Flanagan what we were doing, and walked out to get in the car. And Mimi, who has been a volunteer in my room for about 9 years, her grandson came to pre-K, and then she's just stayed there with us. She actually had her own packets, and she was fixing to go visit our class as well. So she got in the car with us, and we took off. So we were on the road from about 11:30 to 8 o'clock at night. We got home. It was fabulous.
It was a memory for sure.
That's a shift. You put in a shift for sure.
Oh, we did. We had a lot of kids that are right around the school area. That was easy. We have several kids in the avenues. Then we had to go way out west. Then we went to Sumrall. We had to go see Miss Garcia, our religion teacher.
Oh, shout out to Miss Garcia.
Yes, we had to go. We tracked her down. She was walking on the Longleaf Trail.
Yeah.
So we found her. But we even had a child that lived out in Jones County, out west of Moselle. Went out there to see her. We went to see every child except one that at the time we didn't know. She was out at Big Bay Lake. We couldn't find her, but we got to see everybody else. We brought them happies. And I think they were just shocked that we actually were at their house. It was fun.
It was. It was definitely a memory to have for us.
It was. And the kids, I think they'll always remember the day their teachers came to see them. And we had signs we would hang out the top of the car and out the side of the windows, and they were just kind of in shock, I think. But by the time we left, they'd gotten in. They were happy to see us.
That's amazing. There's a lot of teachers that would not do that. And that's really, man. Yeah,
I bet Sacred Heart teachers would.
I just mean of all teachers that exist. You guys are definitely, that's really special. And wow, you're right though. They'll never forget that. I mean, there's a lot of memories being made right now. Not all great, but it's so important that there are people like you who are doing that, who are making good memories and going, hey, I mean, yeah, that's really cool. That's really awesome that you guys did that. I bet that made some people feel great.
Well, it was as good for us as it was then. We had been missing them terribly, but we were thinking too, there's so many memories that are the big pre-K memories that they're going to miss. So we felt like we needed to bump it up. We had a whole week of field trips during state testing. We have the big zoo day where we spend the day at the zoo. We had spring concerts. We had our key to kindergarten, which is the graduation where their buddies present them with a key to kindergarten. So we knew they're missing a lot of those special things. So we felt like we needed to do something special for them.
Okay, so it's been a long time since I've been in pre-K, and I was curious, since we can't be there, but can you take me through a normal day when you're in school? Like what your students see, what your schedule's like?
Sure. When they get there, they're the lucky ones. They get to come in our rooms. They don't have to sit out in the hall like the other kids. So that's playtime. And then the bell rings and we do our morning, our prayer, our pledge, our Sacred Heart Way. We do our calendar. We have a little short circle time where we just kind of talk about what our lesson is going to be for the day. Then we split up into groups. Miss Stephanie has a group. I have a group. And then there's always one group that works just kind of independently. The fun thing about it is every center we have, when they finish, they have a playtime. Like at Miss Stephanie's center, when they finish, they would get to go play with the blocks. The independent center, when they get to finish, they get to go play in the housekeeping. And that's the best time of the day. We hear stories. They're taking trips. They pretend they're on airplanes. They are passing out snacks. That's the best part, is hearing the stories when they're alone in there. And then when my group finishes, they have manipulatives that they get and play with, which to us are educational, but they don't realize that. They just think it's all play. We do our work. We stop when we have an activity to go to. We have recess before lunch, and then we have lunch. Usually we get just a few minutes to play after lunch. We have more activities. We finish up our work, and about 1:15 we have snack. 1:30 we lay down for nap time, best time of the day. They get up about, yes, they wake up about 2:15, and normally we have to literally wake them up.
Yep.
And we'll have a little story, get our things together, and it's time to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Man, nap time does sound amazing.
It is.
It
The
is.
kids always say, can you get down here with us? We would love to, but we would probably be gone if we did, so that's a danger.
Yeah, how long is nap time?
It's 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It depends on if we've done things that we know they're really tired. Most of the time, we start the lay down process around 1:15, which that means they're going to the bathroom first. They're going and getting their mat. They're laying on the floor. It's about 1:30ish before everybody is down and quiet. And then about 2:15, 2:20, we start getting everybody up because that's a long process. They're hard sleepers, and we have to wake them up, and they're kind of little zombies walking around till we get them good and awake.
Yeah, 45-minute nap. I'm a zombie after that too.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yep.
It is. It's good though, and almost all of them go to sleep. And if they don't, that's fine. We just have to be quiet. We have rest music on our big smart TV, and so sometimes they'll prop up and just watch whatever the pictures are, and that usually kind of lulls them to sleep too.
Well, there's a lot of growing going on. I mean, I guess you have to. I don't have kids, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know cats nap a lot, but
Well, that's actually part of pre-K's curriculum is there to have a rest time. So we put that in there because most of them aren't used to going full speed all day and doing as much as we do, because it's not a daycare. We are busy. We are working. We're writing. We're reading. The kids are reading. They're on their 19th little pre-primer book right now. So we've only got one more book. I mean, they're reading like crazy. So that's amazing that 4-year-olds are doing that. But their little brains get tired, so we have to give them a little rest so they can rejuvenate.
yeah, that's incredibly important. That's incredibly important. So, Miss Stephanie, when you when I walk into that room, I see you guys working with different groups of people. Miss Stephanie, how do you guys work that out? Like I don't know anything about the classroom.
Right. Well, usually Miss Lisa does the reading, and she focuses on reading and the academics part. I will do like math activities with them, or science activities with them, or especially during when Miss Lisa gets ready to test them for our report card. That's the week I get to do reading with them, and I really do like that because I don't get to listen to them do their reading with her as much as when they're sitting there with me and they're reading and they're pointing to their words and they are actually reading. And it's amazing to watch how much they have grown. I also oversee, like if Miss Lisa's working with the group and really focusing on the reading part, I help to watch the other independent table as well to make sure that they are on task and that doing what they're supposed to be doing. But it's a grand day in our room. It may not always be let's see, organized, I guess. You may come in and it kind of look like it's
chaos organized.
We call it organized chaos. That's right. But it's a fun age group to work with, even though they're the germy little fellas. But hey, that's okay. We love them anyway. They share lots of things with you and hugs.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet you. Yeah, that's really awesome.
And during this time of not being able to see them, it's it's really hard because when you go in every day and they're, hey, Miss Daphne, I just love you, and they hug you, and you really miss that since we have not been able to see them. It's real hard. It is.
So I know you guys are missing your students. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Yes, we love them and we miss them, and they know that because we've bombarded them with telling them that. We miss their hugs and their kisses, and we hope we get to have at least a drive-through something. We've still got things we need to give them, but they know this is our I love you symbol we've done in our room since the first day of school. I love you all, and I miss you, and I hope we get to see you again real soon, and not just on Zoom, in person. Mwah.
Yes, I miss y'all, and I hope that you are all growing, and I hope that we can see y'all again soon. And I love you.
And one more thing, y'all, don't forget those kindergarten teachers know what all you've been learning. You've got to really, really make sure you practice your letters, your numbers, your sounds, your sight words. Make us proud in pre-K and kindergarten.
Great
We miss
job.
you.
Yeah, I'm going to go practice my letters and sounds after that for sure.
You need to.
Well,
You learned to write too now, Mr. Drew.
yeah, I mean, Emma doesn't need to write.
Right.
Emma has a podcast. He doesn't have to write.
That's right. You don't have to write. You just got to be able to
Elmo's
talk.
lucky.
Emma's going to be famous on the internet. Guys, thanks so much for sitting down with me. Man, enjoy this beautiful weather. I tell you what, y'all got some awesome yard. Miss Lisa, you got some land.
I
She got a
happen to
lake
live
back
on
there.
a lake.
Oh,
So
man.
it's wonderful.
When social distancing's over, I'm coming to swim.
Come on. Hey, I've got kayaks. See, I've got kayaks right here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, man. Yeah, quarantine ain't bad when you got a lake and boats.
That's right.
All right, guys, y'all have a good rest of your day. And faith, respect, honor.
Thank
miss
you,
seeing
Drew.
you
Have a
too.
good one. Bye, Lisa. Have a good one.
Bye, Steph. Miss ya.
Miss y'all. Bye.